go to the Enterprise conference and you read the first
The Martian Revelator.
EnterpriseMission.com
article on the
UFO Diaries.
Mars mission, which I titled very provocatively Forbidden Planet
That's it.
Mars.
UFO Diaries. In the region designated as Sidonia.
Yep.
And you scroll down to about the middle of that
EnterpriseMission.com UFO Diaries.
article, you will come across a cover of a comic book written in 1958 by the king of comics, Jack Kirby, who penned and drew more pages of comics than any other living artist, something like 24,000 pages.
Wow.
He illustrated, okay? He was called the king of comics, you know, I mean, he was the man.
Yeah.
If you go to
EnterpriseMission.com UFO Diaries.
article and you scroll down in Forbidden Planet Mars, you will find a page from a comic book that he wrote and illustrated from September 1958. Let me repeat that.
I wonder when the date was released in September. Wouldn't it be weird if it was my birthday?
September 1958. I think it was September 9th.
Oh, the day before my birthday. That's close enough.
Anyway, the title of this comic book is The Face on Mars.
Yep, staring up.
1958. Now, the question, of course, is how the hell...
The year of Brookings, or after.
Exactly. How did Jack Kirby know in 58 who told him? And why did he put it in a comic book 20 years, give or take, before Viking would give us the images that proved that Kirby was right?
Yes, and upon going in the face there, you see, with the aid of a vacuum gloves and shoes, Koshi, Brennan, Lake, and I, Ben Fisher, made the ascent to the eyes of the giant Martian face. Well, we made the climb, now what, Fisher? Our job with the Mars expedition is exploration, isn't it? Question mark. That's so telling.
Anyway, the title of this
Martian Revelation.
UFO Diaries.
Mysterious pictures
is The Face on Mars.
In the region designated as Sidonia.
Yep.
Mr. Hoagland, is your face on Mars any more real than the man on the moon?
Now, the question, of course,
EnterpriseMission.com
is how the hell did
The Martian Revelator.
know in
UFO Diaries.
The Face on Mars?
Richard Hoagland, a member of our team of intelligence in the region designated as Sidonia.
Yep.
Who told him?
EnterpriseMission.com Richard Hoagland suggests many possibilities.
One is that we had a previous high-tech civilization of intelligence on Earth, which developed spaceflight,
UFO Diaries.
went to Mars, built some stuff,
In a Masonic lodge.
UFO Diaries. Sidonia.
sunset, and then collapsed. And we're now just rediscovering our heritage. The second hypothesis is that someone else from far out there, from the stars, thousands, hundreds of light years away,
a fucking alien,
came to Mars, built the stuff,
In the region designated as Sidonia.
In a Masonic lodge.
and built a monument to this primitive being that would someday become a human being.
The Martian Revelator. You're a little more radical.
In either case,
And someday we may discover, in fact, that we are the Martians after all.
and if so, does this constitute new evidence that intelligent life could have once thrived on the planet Mars?
Who told him?
I have always had strong feelings that these Masonic lodges knew something and were passing on something, you know, down through time that we needed to know.
Who told him?
Chuck Selye, production artist extraordinaire, producer of the UFO Diaries.
And why did he put it in a
UFO Diaries. In the region designated as Sidonia.
17 years.
before
The Martian Revelator.
would give us the images that proved that
The Martian Revelator.
was right?
And is it the reason why NASA has not taken the detailed studies of myself and my colleagues seriously for up to 17 years on the question of artifacts on Mars, which this document predicted someday might be found?
Believe it or not.
The fascination of the faces on Mars for me, and my fascination with Richard Hoagland, who's been the big mover and shaker in all of that. We got him from Hoagland, we got him from NASA, and there you are. I mean, one of them's going to say, yeah, those are ours.
Which are our pictures.
Yes, and upon going in the face there, you see,
UFO Diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset.
with the aid of
UFO Diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset.
I,
The Martian Revelators.
made the ascent to the eyes of the giant Martian face.
In the region designated as Sidonia.
Well, we made the climb, now what? Mars Revealer. Our job with the
UFO Diaries.
Mars expedition is exploration, isn't it?
EnterpriseMission.com.
Question mark. That's so telling.
Then one of the guys, I think his name was
Mars Revealer.
falls through the eyes inside.
UFO Diaries. In the region designated as Sidonia.
And he has an incredible virtual experience.
Of intelligence.
He sees a noble race of large Martians
Face on Mars, mysterious pictures.
living in incredible cities.
Of intelligence. In the region designated as Sidonia.
Sunset.
And in the last scene, he sees the few survivors sending a rocket
Of intelligence.
to blow their planet
Of intelligence.
up in the middle of the
UFO Diaries.
asteroid belt, or what will become the
UFO Diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset.
asteroid belt.
The planet Mars is next to our own. The fourth world, counting out from the sun. Surely no intelligent life could survive there.
Again, this is
2006.
and this is a scenario that could have been taken directly from reading our,
Martian Revelation.
UFO Diaries.
Mysterious pictures.
4 years later,
Yes.
2010. How did
Mars Revealer.
no?
Yeah.
Okay, the answer is, it turns out that
Mars Revealer.
he led a very, very, very interesting life. He was born in New York, lived in the not too wealthy sections of New York.
Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play.
He grew up, wanted to draw comic books. He joined the
EnterpriseMission.com.
He was a young guy, draft age. He became, Gary, a spy
Really?
in
2006.
EnterpriseMission.com.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Now, the only guy that was running spies
UFO Diaries. In the region designated as Sidonia.
was a guy named
Chuck Sallier. That name.
who created something called the
UFO Diaries.
Office of Special
Masonic
Services, which went on to become the
Region designated as Sidonia.
I have always had strong feelings that these Masonic lodges knew something and were passing on something, down through time that we needed to know.
Yeah,
So-
Mars Revealer.
had to have had access to intelligence information from the war, from
EnterpriseMission.com.
UFO Diaries. Richard Hoagland.
Mysterious pictures.
2006.
which is where I think he first encountered what the Martian documents
UFO Diaries. In the region designated as Sidonia.
really are all about.
Richard Hoagland. A member of our team of intelligence.
We got them from Hoagland, we got them from NASA, and there you are. I mean, one of them's going to say, yeah, those are ours.
Which are our pictures.
Mr. Hoagland, is your face on Mars any more real than the man on the moon?
Biggest dick head I've ever seen. In the region designated as Sidonia. Since the time of that discovery, science writer and consultant Richard Hoagland has worked tirelessly to discover the whole truth about the mysterious UFO Diaries, Sidonia region of Mars. A member of
EnterpriseMission.com.
Mars Revealer
decided to use a state-of-the-art 3D computer modeling technique which now strongly indicates that the face could in fact be a real three-dimensional human-looking sculpture, a sculpture 1,500 feet high and over a mile long.
That's a huge bitch! UFO Diaries.
Police have just released a sketch of a man wanted for questioning.
A gigantic mile-long human-looking head lying in a northern Martian desert.
Witnesses report he is goofy-looking and probably a virgin.
It was some weird guy. He tried to touch my ball.
You gotta get back on the horse. EnterpriseMission.com.
Brother! Hi, I'm Richard Hoagland. Biggest dick head I've ever seen.
That's a huge bitch.